it was mostly just quiet, mostly just silence, and just kind of allowing that. It's important to recognize we don't know what's going on. Like, radically important to recognize. Just because we think we're in silence, things could be happening at the spiritual level that we're just not aware of in any way that we have now. If we could learn how to be more precise, if we could have deeper faith, perhaps we could perceive it better. But it's entirely possible that when we use this phrase like to just walk with you in silence, stuff's going on in that silence, which is 10,000 times more meaningful than ever could have happened if you just tried to speak in this crude kind of like hammer blow language that we use. So perhaps that's what's happening. Like when people are coming into something like a communion, when things are happening at the spiritual level that are in fact what needs to happen.
I'd like you to go home and tell your wife you love her, but you don't get to use words. And that's a powerful thing, because like I have to, like you could meditate on different ways you could do that. And that's, we have all these wonderful and amazing blessings and gifts, things like poetry, and yet there's something deeply powerful about silence. The be still and know I'm there. There's something there. It's so hard for a guy like me who's just like go. Like I need something all the time. Like right now, I'm just stepping all over this conversation with words. But it's often in the moments where I don't have any, when something. How does that feel?
What does it feel like to you?
It feels perfect. It feels like God. Now I don't feel like God. That feels like the flow. It just feels right on. It doesn't feel like it's me.
Yeah.
It's like I made this analogy before. It has to do with kind of like, I remember when I was a kid, my mom made some peanut butter cookies, and she would help me stir the bowl, and she would, at the end of putting all the cookies on the cookie sheet, she would say, you can take the fork and you can stick the fork on the cookie, and you can give the cookie the imprint of the fork. And I would think, I'm making the cookies, you see, but I'm just participating. But in my that's what I mean. It's like it's a participation that happens. You take that out of there.
What does it feel like?
It doesn't feel like it's me.
But there's nonetheless something like I guess posture isn't a bad word, actually. It's kind of like, when you let's pick any sport. There's a proper posture for shooting a free throw. There's a proper posture for riding a surfboard. There's a proper posture for firing a bow, shooting a rifle.
At least implicit.
Go ahead. No. Okay. You see, we're from Canada.
That's right.
It's like you're posturing yourself properly so that the disposition of your wholeness, which, by the way, is obviously unfolding out to spiritual elements that we don't really have a clear sense of these days, so that you can become that vehicle.
It feels timeless, and we don't know what's happening, but things are unfolding.